Okay, well, on the evening of December 12th, I was coming down to the Boathouse 19 restaurant to meet with some of my co-workers that I had worked with as public health nurse at the health department. And so we were going to meet at the Boathouse 19 at 5:30. It was dark because it was winter time, so it got dark at about 4:30. There wasn't a lot of traffic or anything, but so I knew that after I crossed the railroad tracks that the restaurant was off to the right. And when I got here, because there isn't a real road, I was a little bit confused as to which way to go for the restaurant, because it isn't really clear that there's a restaurant over there. And so I drove straight ahead, and to be honest, right now I'm not sure. See, even now it is not clear to me. These signs, I would imagine, are new. These were definitely not here on that night. It was dark. The water was so calm that, to me, looking straight ahead, it looked like more of the pavement. My car just had this whoosh of water that came over the windshield, and it was just, I remember thinking to myself, my gosh, that's a horrendous mud puddle. Everything was electrical. Even the emergency brake was a push button thing. So all I could do is put my foot on my manual brake, and so then I called 911. I told the operator, I said, well, the water is at my ankles. Can you get some help here? And then I said, it's up to my knees. Please get somebody here to help me. And then it ended up coming up through my car, the bottom of my car seat, and ended up just below my waist. And the first to arrive was the police. They encouraged me to climb out, over my through the back seat and out the back. As I was talking to the policeman, he told me, because I said, this was just, I felt terrible about it. I was scared to death, but I also felt embarrassed. And he said to me that, you are not the first person. This has happened before. And I said, you're kidding me. It wasn't raining, but it was kind of overcast, misty. And there was no lighting here. There was nothing that I felt, to warn me there was water ahead. There needs to be a real alert. This is a death trap.
It's been almost 3 years, and they just finally made a couple of small changes here, but I think it's too little too late. The night she went in, there was a sign of the same size here it did not have the stop sign on it, but it was on the ground. It was off the post, so it was on the ground. This one here was about the same height as the roof line. It was on a round pole, and it moved. And so that night it was turned slightly towards the building. The problem with these signs as is that when you come in, I tracked it with the headlights. When you come in, your field of vision does not pick up these signs at all. All you see is everything in between. You don't see these signs at all. And if you look at the side of the building, you can see how tall, how high the tide comes on this building. This walkway floats. So when you've got nighttime conditions, you've got high tide, especially if there's been rain, you've got no lighting, you've got very poor lighting. They have one light up here, and it doesn't reflect on the water at all. If that's working at all, it doesn't illuminate where you're going, it illuminates where you've been. So you're driving into what looks like wet pavement. And it looks like you can go right around the back of the building. So they could glue reflectors down. They could paint strips. If they don't want to do that, maybe they should just close it.